So make sure that you are staying weather aware this morning, because this is only the first of 2 rounds that we're going to be following in real time. So we've this warning was issued at 2:54. The first one was issued at 2:40. So this is something we're just going to have to stay with. And since this is moving to the east at 45 miles an hour, I tell you what we'll do. We'll go back to the main loop. And let me stop this, and let's pull up the track so we can get estimated times of arrival across our region. So if we move this east at roughly 40 miles an hour, that would put it in Grand Bay at 3:13 in the morning. That would put it in Biola Battery at 3:26, Alabama Port at 3:40, Fairhope at 3:58. Now, the Weather Service office in Mobile did not extend the tornado warning, but what they did do is issue a severe thunderstorm warning. Notice that color of gold, that yellow color. That is a severe thunderstorm warning. That means the Weather Service office locally does not believe that the chances of a tornado are worth extending the tornado warning for now, but they do believe that the rain, lightning, and the straight line wind threat is significant enough to issue a severe thunderstorm warning. It doesn't include the entire county of Mobile County, but it includes about 80% of it. Really, from Dauphin Island up to just south of Chunchula is going to be located in this severe thunderstorm warning. So it includes all of West Mobile, Grand Bay, Biola Battery, Dauphin Island, the city of Mobile, Midtown, Downtown, Saraland, Satsuma, Criolla, and even a little sliver of George County, Mississippi, in the southeast pocket of the county is located in that warning. So we have 2 tornado warnings in Jackson County, Mississippi, and we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Mobile County, and the severe thunderstorm warning for Mobile County expires at 3:45. So we are on the air because of a really ugly looking squall line that is marching its way from west to east. You can spot that right there on the radar, and it's holding together pretty good. You know, we were hopeful we'd see this system weaken, and so far we're just not picking up any weakening as it's pushing its way into Mobile County. So this is going to be a setup where if folks are not awake, they're going to be soon, because the thunder from all this lightning is going to wake up almost the entire county as it crosses over into parts of West Mobile, Grand Bay, Biola Battery, Dauphin Island, and 80% of Mobile County located in a severe thunderstorm warning until 3:45 as this line of storms marches its way east, and if it holds together would eventually impact Baldwin County. Notice behind where you see the nastiest part of the storms, the rain is a lot lighter. You see more yellow and green colors. The rain a lot more moderate, less intense, and that's good. And hopefully we'll see this line itself begin to weaken as it marches its way eastward into Mobile County. But we're just going to stay with this and monitor it. And because, you know, this is a squall line, even though the Weather Service in Mobile doesn't think that there's a massive tornado threat within that line, it doesn't mean it can't knock down trees and power lines. We can see that easily. And as far as the situation with the wind speeds on this, on what the Weather Service is projecting the winds to be, that is running at 40 miles an hour to the east. 60-mile-per-hour projected wind gusts, according to the Weather Service office. 60-mile-per-hour projected wind gusts with the entire line moving to the east at 40 miles per hour. So we are going to continue to monitor this as this shifts its way into Mobile County. If you're just joining us, I'm meteorologist Michael White in the Fox 10 Storm Tracker Center, and we are on the air very early this morning because of 2 tornado warnings that are in Jackson County, Mississippi, and now a severe thunderstorm warning for most of Mobile County as that line is shifting out of Mississippi and slowly pushing into Alabama. And we're just going to stay with this as we continue to monitor the threat as it begins to shift out of Mississippi and more so into Alabama. I'll pull up the velocity display, and you can see the first tornado warning, the one that was for the northern part of the county, looks like it's fizzling out. The second one, the one that was over Pascagoula earlier, that one looks like it is weakening and fizzling out. So I think that's the reason why the Weather Service in Mobile did not extend the tornado warning into Mobile County and made it a severe thunderstorm warning instead. Now, don't rest on your laurels just because it's not a tornado warning. Severe thunderstorm warnings are very dangerous. That does mean that straight line line winds are very likely. You have a heavy rain and lightning threat that's going to be shifting its way from the west to the east, and you can see that line is working its way eastward in a hurry. And for a lot of our friends that are sound asleep, chances are the wind and the thunder is going to wake them up as that line continues to work its way toward the east. What I am going to be typing while we monitor this line, I'm going to be getting into a private chat with the Weather Service office, so that way I can read their thoughts in real time and relay that to you as we continue to monitor all this together. Now, as mentioned, this is just going to be the first wave of storms. There is still another round that's going to be popping up as we head in toward mid-morning and into midday. So this is the first of two threats for severe weather that we're going to be dealing with during the course of the morning. So once we get this line through here, there's going to be a bit of a break in the action, but then we'll have to look out for round number 2 that'll be coming in a bit later. So just make sure that if you have any plans today, outdoor plans, you may want to cancel them if they're in the morning, but you don't need to cancel them if they're in the afternoon or evenings. So that's the good news. So let's pull up the Weather Service chat. That's what I'm doing right now, and let's read what the Weather Service is thinking on this as far as timing, projection, where this thing could end up going. And let's see, circulation. The Weather Service is saying that the circulations that we were monitoring in Mississippi, the ones that sparked off those tornado warnings to begin with, will hold off. They're going to hold off on issuing tornado warnings because they are weakening. Well, that's what we looked at when we were looking at the velocity couplets, and that's a good thing. So that means that the Weather Service thinks that the tornado threat is fading out, but they are wanting to stay with the severe thunderstorm warning because it's shifting more, instead of a rotating wind threat, into a straight line wind threat. So that's what we're going to monitor as that line shifts its way to the east. So just to reiterate, we have 2 rounds of severe weather this morning, the first of which is coming through right now. The second round comes in mid-morning to midday. We had a tornado warning in Jackson County, Mississippi. That is fizzling out. And now we're seeing a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Mobile County as this line of heavy rain and lightning is shifting its way to the east at roughly 40 miles per hour. And the Weather Service thinks that the tornado threat is lower for Mobile County than it was for Jackson County, Mississippi, but the straight line wind threat still significant. And that's what we're going to be watching, following, and monitoring over the next several minutes. Make sure that you have a way to get the warnings during the course of the morning. One of the best ways to do that is to have the Fox 10 weather app on your device if you don't have that already. And that's one way you'll be able to get the warnings in real time. And I've pulled up the monitor, and so far the Weather Service has not added anything to the chat as far as their thought process on what's going to be happening with this individual line as it's pushing into parts of Mobile County. We're going to be staying with this for the next several minutes and monitoring this, but the Weather Service is transitioning this from a tornado threat to a straight line wind threat. So that's the good news, is that the tornado threat is sort of backing off. Now, the northern end of the viewing area, the line is much weaker. There are no active warnings up there. That's mostly just pockets of heavy rain, a few rumbles of thunder. So if you're in Washington County, Clark County, Monroe County, for now, there's no threat for you. The only threat for the first part of the morning is coming near the I-10 corridor and down along the coast to the beaches as that line of storms is shifting its way to the east. So we're just going to continue to stay with this for now as we watch that line of storms gradually shift its way to the east, and we'll take you back to programming eventually, but wanted to stay with this a little longer to see if the line was going to re-intensify or weaken before continuing to shift its way into parts of Mobile and eventually the eastern shore. So remember, regardless of whether or not there's a tornado threat, the heavy rain, lightning, and straight line winds are going to be significant, and this is just the first of 2 rounds. We'll go to the Fox 10 Futurecast. You might want to get a good look at that to see what the projections are as far as storm timing. And we'll be looking at this for the first time together. I have not watched the Fox 10 Futurecast as of yet for today. So let's check this out. So it's got the first line out of here by 6 a.m. So by 6 a.m., the Futurecast says the first line's gone. Then there's line 2. 9 a.m., so mid-morning is when that next line fires. 10 in the morning, 11 in the morning, and then 1 and 2 in the afternoon it moves out. So it looks like our break is going to happen starting at 6. So the first line of storms is gone by 6 a.m. and then the next line pushes in at 8 and will last till about, it looks like it'll last till about noon. At noon, it's got it over Gulf Shores and Pensacola. By 1 and 2 in the afternoon, it's got it gone with the sky gradually clearing. So that means Friday afternoon, Friday night plans should be okay. Morning plans, not so great. So what we're going to do is go ahead and send you back to programming, and we'll be on the air starting at 4:30 for the Fox 10 Morning News. For the Fox 10 Morning News is when you'll see us again at 4:30. We will continue to have the crawl running at the bottom of your screen for more weather updates. But the good news is the tornado threat is backing off as this line is now shifting officially into Mobile County. But you are underneath a severe thunderstorm warning till 3:45 because of heavy rain, lightning, and gusty straight line winds. For now, I'm meteorologist Michael White in the Fox 10 Storm Tracker Center. Have a good morning, stay safe, and remember, a second wave of storms will be showing up starting at about 8 o'clock, even after this line moves through. And we will be covering a lot of that coming up in a little more than an hour from now on Fox 10 News at 4:30. If we get any new warnings issued, we will come right back on the air. So have a great morning and stay safe.